Now in Alexandria. Aldrin, thanks very much indeed. Good afternoon. It appears that Julius Malema has been very clear about why he said no to coalitions this afternoon.
Well, yes, good afternoon. So this is the condition set by the EFF. They've asked the two political parties, that is the DA and the ANC, to meet some of its conditions, and they felt that basically those conditions haven't been met, or there's no commitment to meet those conditions. So now the agreement that they go in with the DA is that in the municipalities like the metro of Tshwane, as well as the metro of Ekurhuleni, as well as Joburg and the Nelson Mandela Bay, they will be voting with the DA to have the DA elect its mayoral candidate as well as a speaker. But however, after that, the EFF will be sitting on the opposition benches, and it will be voting on issue-to-issue basis. So this will definitely be something that's quite difficult for the DA, considering when it wants to run these municipalities, considering when the votes around the budgets are being taken. For instance, if you listen to Julius Malema's press briefing earlier on, he said that the EFF will be approaching a pro-poor budget when it comes to budget voting. He says issues such as bicycle lanes, the EFF will not entertain that. And when it comes to the minute details around the budgets that are being set in those councils, they'll be looking at what areas such as Alexandria and Stjwetla, how they'll be benefiting over the next 5 years. So it'll be quite a difficult task for the DA to be managing these councils where they have the EFF on the opposition parties and not voting with them in every budget that is being tabled.
Sounds, Aldrin, that this could be quite chaotic, if not a headache, in terms of the processes going forward.
Can you just quickly repeat the question?
I'm saying it does appear that this might be a very, very tedious and difficult process in these political arrangements going forward.
Well, definitely, it is going to be quite difficult for the DA, for instance. And we've heard earlier on Julius Malema saying that they'll be pushing very, very hard, for instance, to get Mzwandile Masina not to become the mayor of Ekurhuleni. Remember that in Ekurhuleni, the ANC has received about 48% of the votes, just over 48% of the vote. But they have gone into an alliance with the Patriotic Alliance, as well as the African Independent Congress. So things there seem to be set for the ANC in Ekurhuleni. Another condition that the EFF has set for the DA in Joburg, which could be something quite difficult, is a condition set for Joburg, with the DA voting for a DA mayoral candidate and as well as a DA-led speaker. Is Julius Malema didn't want to say what the condition was in Joburg, but the speculation is rife that one of those conditions is that the EFF does not want Herman Mashaba, remember that he is the DA mayoral candidate in Joburg, to become the mayor of that municipality. I just spoke earlier on to Advocate Dalimpofu, who is part of the leadership of the EFF, and asked him whether should the DA not be able to fulfill that condition set by the EFF, would it have any bearing on other municipalities like Ekurhuleni, like the city of Tshwane and Nelson Mandela Bay? And he said, oh, actually not. That precondition is only set for the city of Joburg. Actually, tomorrow they will be in Nelson Mandela Bay, where the council will be sitting for the first time, and that's where for the first time we will see the EFF voting with the DA to get a DA mayor as well as a DA speaker elected into that council.
Aldrin, finally, I just want to go back a little bit. I mean, listening to Julius Malema this afternoon and taking heed of his demands to the other political parties, one wonders if we would have got anywhere with these coalitions just looking at their demands.
Can you just quickly repeat that question again?
I'm saying it might have been difficult talks during those coalition talks. The EFF leader, Julius Malema, was quite strong on what the EFF wanted.
Yes, one can imagine, considering that the DA is considered to be a pro-right political party, while the EFF is considered to be a pro-left political party. And even if you listen to the words that Julius Malema expressed earlier on, saying that the EFF, the manner in which he described the DA, calling the DA a racist white party, but yet we see an agreement to vote for what he calls a racist white party to get its mayoral candidate voted in. And he says then, and in the way it explains this is that it's a better this devil, because the devil being the DA, than the absolutely corrupt devil being the ANC. So quite difficult for the EFF also arriving at this condition, and also saying that it wouldn't want to be seen as a party that is in cahoots with the DA. It would not be right, considering the number of people that had voted for the EFF. And another thing, it would not be right for the EFF to go into a coalition with the ANC, considering that some people have voted for the EFF, wanting a opposition, wanting an alternative to the ANC. But tell you what, that the DA will be having a press briefing later on this afternoon, probably in the next 30 minutes or so, in Centre, not too far from here. And what we understand from information that I'm receiving from other political parties, that actually that press briefing will be a DA-led multi-party political party press briefing. Those are all the opposition parties, excluding the EFF, that have said that they are going into an agreement with the DA and they will be voting with the DA. And the phrase that they want to be using is that it will be a multi-party government and not a coalition with the DA.
Thanks very much indeed. Aldrin Sampear there, fresh out of that EFF briefing in Alexandria. Well, as he said, in a short while the DA will hold its media briefing, and we'll take you there to that briefing as soon as it gets underway. Expect it to start shortly.